Hello everybody, here again. This is Demon. I am doing a little bit of class building. Today I am going to talk to you guys about Amara. I got asked to do a brawler build, so I've been kind of looking into her and studying exactly the best way to get something out of it. And I think a brawler build is going to be great with the type of build I'm running with Flak. I need some people out there to run some different characters, so I have people to play with, obviously. And I think Amara would be fun with my current Flak build. If anyone is wondering, you can take a look at my previous video. I'll try to link it up here in the description so you can watch a little bit about Flak. But I did a Flak build that's based all around his critters and maximizing the tankfulness of those things. So with Flak being a tank, I need someone out there to deal some damage for me. And Amara the Siren, she has got that ability. So I've been playing with it a little bit, and I want her to obviously be a brawler. I want her in the fight. I want her in there doing some damage while my guy over there does his little call to taunt everybody. She's going to need a little bit of health because she's a brawler. She's going to be in there taking damage. So this build's going to have a lot of resistance. So obviously health. This just put a couple points here. Got her 16% more HP. Damage is going to be important. So weapon damage, the closer she is, the more damage she does. As a brawler, you're going to be in there close, so this is an awesome skill to pick up. And 36% more damage is amazing. SMG and shotguns, here we come with Amara. Of course, splash damage. If she has anything that does explosive damage, this is going to help deal a little bit more explosive damage. And being in the middle of those fights when crates are exploding around you and they're launching rocket launchers at you, you don't want Amara taking a lot of damage, so that reduction is huge also. Good skill here. Every time she deals damage to an enemy with her action skill, she's going to get a little bit of a boost in A, gun damage, and B, max health. And so what I did here is going to help her obviously stay alive and do more damage. The skill here, damage reduction, with Amara being in the fight, she's going to need that damage reduction. I went a little light here on some of these healing things because, again, this build is to be able to be ran with my Flak build, which you guys can watch, which will give out healing to Amara and help her heal, so Amara can just concentrate on the damage. As a brawler, you want to be able to move around that fight quickly. You want to be able to close that distance, and this max movement speed, A, is going to help your teammates out, and B, just help you get around that fight. And then this is going to be a passive ability, mindfulness. Any damage that Amara takes is going to help her move faster. It's going to help her shields come back up quicker. So Amara's going to be moving quick. Now, no good brawler is without a good punch. Melee damage here is big. So action skill. After she drops that, Amara is going to want that action skill to give her a little bonus. And 100% melee damage, that's huge. Doubling that melee damage. And then more range, 75% more range. That's another big thing. Again, going to skip out on the health and elemental reductions here because I think we're going to have enough there where Amara is going to be just clearing things out so quick that she's going to not need any more of that health back. This skill, pretty big. It's going to depend on how much you're dropping down on the battlefield. If you feel like you're getting some drops all the time and this is going to help you, I would go with this skill. It's a big lifesaver skill, but if you're not dropping down ever, why pick a skill that's there to save you that you never use? So again, if you can dish out the damage and you can, as I said, you're running with my Flak build. My Flak build's all about taunting enemies with the Yabber as a tank. I don't think you're going to be taking enough damage where it's going to knock you down. And if it does, again, you're playing with another teammate that can pick you up and save you. Gun damage here is big. So this adds another 15% gun damage and 75% damage to the action skill. So that action skill is going to hit hard and it's going to just blow things up. Let's just say it that way. Whenever you take damage as Amara, this is going to throw orbs out there, and this is going to throw damage back out there. Again, just a nice little skill to pick up. 1 point, adding just a little bit more damage to your build. And then, as I said, this is a brawler build, so anything we can do that improves that melee is awesome. And this is a override to your melee that gives you more distance, does more damage, and can, if you kill all the small critters once with one hit, you can keep jumping and jumping and jumping real quick. And then this will also just help you close the distance with your shotgun and your SMG, so you can get close to apply that damage you want from close distance. With that being said, this is going to be the main skill tree. On this skill tree right now, we have a electric damage, but you're also, because of how we set it up, you're going to have access to the Blight Tigger, which is going to give you Blight damage that you can switch your melee and everything. And then you're also going to have access to Incendiary. Just use what you think is going to be best in each planet, each situation, whether it's bosses and things, because that's just going to help improve your damage with your melee. Going to this tree, we just got a few points here. Obviously, we're going to max out that action skill effect damage, so that action skill hits harder and the status effects from it hit harder. This just is trying to get me to this next tree. It's not an important skill, but it gets me to 75% more melee damage. We're a brawler, we're closing the distance, we're using our melee to get around that battlefield, so we want it to hit hard so we can just finish up with our weapons. And last but not least, our skill tree here. These are going to just be getting us up to I think this right here is a good skill, lifesteal. Amara can use her action skill when she's low health and pop off a lot of lifesteal real quick and get some health back. And then just this cooldown on her action skill. More of that action skill is up, the more this build synergizes with a lot of different things, the more damage you're doing out there. So again, your action skill is going to be important. I might play around with this a little bit, just because obviously right now my action skill that I have picked hits really hard, guys. But whoops, let me scroll this back up here, guys. But with that hard-hitting action skill downfall, 47-second cooldown. That is a long cooldown, and that means you're not taking some of these other skills. So you can take a look at this and switch to some of these other skills that might give you a little bit shorter cooldown. Right here, 28-second cooldown, Line of Fist. Just dealing the ground pound in front of Amara might be a good one. Or going back to this skill tree, you're a brawler, you're about pushing out the damage. I think this is going to be a good one too. To go along with that action skill, just to increase that damage a little bit more, I'm picking up Rush. I'm not going to maximize off in this, obviously, because I'm not going far down this tree, but it's going to give 4.5% damage per stack. You get 10 stacks, so that's an extra 45% damage on that action skill. So that action skill will be dishing out a lot of damage again. So this skill build is all about building a brawler, building someone who's going to be in there close to the combat. I hope I got this set up right. Again, I think this build is going to need someone out there helping her. That's why I'm talking about teammate builds together. Go check out my flak build, and you can kind of see my tank flak setup out there with the Yabber. And thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that follow. I'm just starting on YouTube here. I'm going to try to help you guys out. You guys can help me out too with your comments. I appreciate everybody out there. And if you have any questions, just leave me a comment, and I will try to answer it. Thank you guys.